Welcome, X Factory friends and family, to another Paul Sinclair voiceover video. I know, 2 in 1 week, right? That's got to be some kind of record. This is going to be a sister video to the 2-wheel drive modified Amain that we uploaded earlier this week, and that is that we're going to look at the 4-wheel drive mod Amain of the same series event at Dirtburners RC. Before we dive into the video, though, I got to answer the question that I know all of you are asking, and that is, Paul, what happened to the X7? Well, it pains me to say this, but the X7 project is pretty much on the shelf right now. It's on hiatus, and it probably isn't going to come back until I've had time to do some major redesign work. The reason it pains me to say that is that the X7 was, as we ran it, at the end it was a really good car. And in fact, I had a lot of really good results with it. I finished 3rd at the J Concepts Clash. I made the Amain at the Columbus CRC Midwinter. And the video that we're watching here, I think I qualified 5th or 6th at the 2013 Motorama race out of about 94 wheels. It was a really good car. The problem that we ran into with it was longevity concerns, not durability at a race. It finished, you know, I shouldn't say every race, but it finished most races it starts. You know, it was as durable as any other car. But longevity, you couldn't race it. We couldn't keep it together and running well for more than a couple events, and we think we figured out the reasons why that was, and that's the reason that the car needs a major overhaul. We can't fix the flaws in the longevity without some massive shifts in the chassis itself. So anyway, this year I wanted to qualify for the World's team, so I've been running 4-wheel drive, and I kind of picked an easy platform, one that's commonly available. I've been running a B44. So that's what you're going to see in the upcoming Amain video. But like most of my cars, I cannot keep it stock. And so we'll talk about some modifications I've done and watch them in action here. So as usual for me, I didn't qualify as well as I would have liked. I'm starting 8th on the grid. I wasn't helped out by a DNF in the 3rd round when halfway through the race I was on a top 2 or 3 run and had a ball stud break. But 8th on the grid, I knew my car was good as usual, and we're going to see how well I can strap it up. We're going to press play now. Marshall's watch their spots. Amain buggy. Late in the day. A lot of good racers in this one. So that's Jeff Abler, the red car in front of me. And pick up some spots going through the rhythm section here. Now, one of the things I was really proud of with the X7 was the steering system that I designed. I thought I designed a system that just gave the car more overall throw and more natural steering than any other 4-wheel drive car on the market. So one of the major modifications I've done to my B44 is to revise the steering system. A lot of people run, for instance, like the J Concepts rack, you know, or a modified steering rack for their car. Well, I've come up with a system that completely repurposes the bell cranks and looks quite a bit different. I can't go into the details right now, but I think you'll see the amount of steering the car has in this left-hand corner right there. See how I'm just turning under Abler at will, and you'll notice that getting on the straightaway there, find a good line. The car just carves corners better than any other 4-wheel drives that I've seen, and I think that's one of the big problems with a lot of the 4-wheel drives on the market, is that the steering systems are really limited. Steering, of course, in 4-wheel is really hard to design because you got to get around that front diff case. Hit that braking bump. Man, I was on a really good run until I hit that bump just there and lost 2 places, and really any hope of going from 8th to 1st went out the window with that wreck at the end of the straightaway there. Now I had to, you know, I was back into like 7th, I think, and had to climb my way back up to the leaderboard. I'm going to have a nice battle coming up here with Kai Goff, a really fast Associated driver from Michigan. Kai was running the new B44.3, which of course retains the steering system that all the B44s have had, and we'll really get a good example of the steering that my B44 has, my modified B44, compared to kind of a stock car, if you will. Anyway, we're battling here with Larry. We saw him in the 2-wheel drive video looking for a way around, and he goes a little wide. Kai Goff is that car that the Marshal was rescuing there, and now the real battle of my race begins. Kai is the points leader in 4-wheel drive, and I really needed good results here at Dirtburners, so I was going to do everything I could to keep him behind me. And you can see that, you know, I stretch it out a little bit. Kai's car, I believe, was a little better through the rhythm section, though. His car was soaking up the landings a little better and staying a little more stable. But I think everywhere else on the track, the steering of my car gave me a small advantage over Kai. So here we are. We're approaching, catching up to some other cars. Here, Kai gets see how much he closes up on me, and I try to save it and go a little wide. And actually, we're going to pause this because it's a really interesting sequence here. Go back to about 245, and what do you say? So, like I said, Kai got a better run through the rhythm section. His car was landing jumps better. You can see how far he closes up on me over the tabletop. And he beats me to the corner. But I don't give up. And if I pause here at 255, 256, you can see the steering of my B44 gives me an inside line headed around to this infield sweeper section. Kai tries to cut me off by drifting the car around, but loses control and ends up sideways in front of me. Really, I believe he should have given me the racing line. I thought my car was inside the side of his car, and it was his decision to kind of throttle it and get sideways in front of me. But, you know, I continue on and keep trying to gain spots. It's never good to have a really fast, angry driver behind you, so now it's important to put down as fast a laps as I can, because I know Kai is going to come back and look for vengeance. But I'm kind of running by myself here in the race. We're about halfway through. I can see the leaders in front of me, though, that the pink car, the red car that you see kind of going in and out of frame. I think I'm in 5th right now, and that's 3rd and 4th in front of me. So we still have a pretty good shot, even with that early wreck that I had at the end of the straightaway. We have a pretty good shot of a good result. I think that yellow car is also, I think I'm in 6th, and the yellow car might be 4th and Jeff Abler 5th. Doesn't matter. We're putting a bit between our teeth and really kind of sliding the 4-wheel around, really throwing it around and seeing what we got. Nice tight lines there through that infield section, over the double jump, little sideways, getting on the straightaway, and down we go. I learned my lesson after that early wreck on the braking bump, and I was really being way more cautious at the end of the straightaway. I'd actually gone to a softer rear spring for round 2 of qualifying, because the standard green spring in the back of the car was just giving me way too much kick. I actually jumped my car out of the track in warm-up for round 2. So I went to an Avid, like a 1.9 rate spring, and there again I turned under Jeff Abler, and around that same corner that I turned under Kai Goff that we were looking at earlier. And just the steering throw of the car with the steering system that I've put in it is really, really good. Nice and smooth, and I think makes a big difference. We're running out of time here. Like, I can see the leaders. We can still see those cars flitting in and out of frame in front of me. I'm in 4th right now. So it's really just, there's the tone. I know this is the last lap. And, yeah, I'm just hoping for a miracle that somebody's going to wreck, but I don't think it's going to work out in my favor. Down the straightaway we go, finishing up the last lap here. Kind of unlike the 2-wheel drive, really no last lap heroics or no last minute, when I say wrecks or races. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.